Hello, sports fans and $40 donators alike. It is that time once again. It is the 21st annual Vector Marketing Corporation March Madness Maniacs NCAA basketball pool. Yes, Vance Pilkington is the defending champion. Yes, he owned all of us last year. Fine showings also last year being made by Gavin Brontoli, Travis Lewis, Joe Gianosa, Chad Vordenberg, Al DiLeonardo, Brent Bridges, and Chris Valentino. Those were our Elite 8 finishers from last year. Also, Rachel Schaefer took home the top chick honors last year. And since it was her third year in a row in that spot, I offered to pay for her pool if she sent me a hat. Well, here's the hat that I was sent. Yes, this is called the Shocker hat. I was wondering if that meant something about the Wichita State Shockers. I Googled Shocker hat, and I was dismayed to find exactly what this meant. And it just left me thinking, Rachel? Or maybe Mike Dowd? Very nice. By the way, people ask about why we call the award the Top Chick Award. Is it offensive to the ladies in the pool? Of course it is not. As a matter of fact, any of the girls in the pool who know anything about sports, people like Rachel Schaefer or Jackie Miyazaki, would realize how cool it is. Because if you picture a bunch of guys hanging around talking about some girl who knows a lot about sports, they would be like, dude, that chick is cool. She knows a lot about sports. So, hence, Top Chick is the leading female in the pool year after year. By the way, we have our last place finisher, Logan Toski, back in the pool, who has been the cellar dweller 2 years in a row. Hence, we have the newly renamed Logan Toski Award for finishing last. And Logan paid $80 to enter the pool this year, graciously accepting his $40 fine for putrid picks. If you have entered the pool this year, you are agreeing to a $40 fine for finishing last, payable with next year's entry. We also have multiple past champions participating again this year. People like Earl Kelly and Bruce Goodman, who won the pool back in the early years, the Stone Age. Of course, that's more than I can say for myself. We have Jeff Nostradamus Nixon, who used to be good at picking games, making his annual donation, along with Chris Cooper and Kathleen Woods, who luck-boxed her way into winning the pool one year. We have Joe Gianosa, who has managed to pick the championship team the last 3 years in a row. Hey, all right, he threw some darts and got UConn 3 years ago, but the last 2 years, the top overall seed has won the pool. So no surprise there that Joe was able to get that, and not much credit for you, Joe. Get it again this year. We are waiting on Vance Pilkington still to enter the pool, as well as Chris Heigl, two-time champion, who seems to have technical difficulties year after year with entering the pool and getting his bracket onto the website. We also have 3 other two-time champions in the pool, Scott Dennis, Mike Schmidt, and Rebecca Flowers. Please pay, by the way. If you have not yet already paid, you can mail a check. You can PayPal me. Get it done. Do not just specify that you are sending money to a friend on PayPal. Do not put anything about a pool, because I had my PayPal account frozen a couple years ago for gambling activity. Do not want that to happen again. I'm going to be short on patience for deadbeat losers this year with all the entries that we have, by the way. And if you get disqualified for non-payment, it also comes along with a lifetime ban. So get your money in. I do also get to comment on the bracket since this is my pool. So I offer up my non-expert analysis here. Number 1 seeds seem pretty good. Virginia was a logical choice for the 4th one, although really tough draw with Michigan State looming in their bracket. I was stunned where Louisville ended up as a 4 seed. The whole conference, the American Conference, just got disrespected there. I also have no idea how Creighton got a 3 seed or why St. Louis, who tanked in the last month, got a 5 seed. Or how in the world did UMass get a 6? UMass was below GW in their conference. They lost to GW in their conference tournament, yet they were seeded 3 lines higher than GW in the tournament. Can't figure that out either. And by the way, if late season momentum is what got Baylor up to a 6 seed, then for that same reason, Louisville should have been much higher, probably a 2, if not a 1. I feel bad for Wichita State having to face a team of Louisville's caliber in the 3rd game. They get that far. And by the way, how did Kentucky drop to an 8? This means that they are the 29th, 30th, 31st, or 32nd best team in the nation. There's no way they're that low. I feel a bit of a conspiracy against Wichita State, having to play Kentucky or K-State, and then Louisville, and then Duke or Michigan. Tough draw. Also, San Diego State a 4, but New Mexico gets a 7. Not exactly sure why that turned out that way. These are things I just don't get that confound me year after year, but that's how it is. On to my picks. We have the South region, a region which contains Stanford, who will lose in the first round. We also have in that region Ohio State, who will be taking on Syracuse. And yes, I like the Buckeyes to win that game. In the South, I'm not a believer in Florida. I know that they beat Kansas this year, but it was 67-61. It was at Florida. Florida had an 18-0 run in that game. I don't think that was indicative of an expected outcome of a rematch. That also was Florida's best win of the season. Besides that, they beat Memphis. They beat Kentucky. I don't think they're that good. Rock, chalk, Jayhawk, baby. Florida goes down in the Sweet 16 to UCLA, and Kansas marches on in the Southern region. In the East, Virginia's really good. They're not getting much respect, but they're going to run into a buzzsaw when they get to play Michigan State. No doubt in my mind, we're going to see Michigan State and Iowa State in the regional final here. Michigan State is clearly better, but I'm taking Iowa State in a bit of an upset, sort of a strategic pick going against the grain. In the West, oh man, that region is loaded. We got Arizona. We got Oklahoma State. We got Creighton. We got Oregon. A lot of other good teams in the West region. This clear for me is for the regional final, Arizona versus Wisconsin. That's going to be your regional final. I've wavered back and forth so many times on this pick, and to this moment, even recording the video, I still don't like my own pick. But I'm going with Wisconsin to take down the Wildcats. Yes. And the Midwest, man, that region is loaded. The bottom half of the bracket, I love Duke to upend Michigan and reach the regional final here. I think Louisville is a force to contend with. I don't like their season profile, though. They didn't beat anyone great this year. They're clearly good, and they have momentum. Same can be said for Wichita State. By the way, we got Texas in that bracket as well. They're going to win one game and then get crushed by Duke or by Michigan. But Wichita State, I look at their roster, and I see 4 quality players who can hang with almost anyone in the country. They're better than they were last year. They made the Final Four. They crushed people along the way to the Final Four. They played Louisville tough. I am all in on the Shockers to advance from the Midwest. Of course, Wichita State will beat Wisconsin in the Final Four. I'm taking Kansas over Iowa State in their 4th meeting of this year, setting up the all-Kansas championship game with Wichita State and the Kansas Jayhawks. A storybook scenario with Wichita State versus Kansas, David versus Goliath. Andrew Wiggins, Joel Embiid, the tall guards that Kansas have are just going to be matchup nightmares for the Shockers. But I don't care. I am taking Wichita State to shock the world. Wichita State cuts down the nets in Arlington. I know I'm crazy. I would have been better suited to take Duke or Arizona or Michigan State to get there, but I just feel like taking a risk, and perhaps I'll feel what many of you suckers feel every year. People like Chris Oakes and Jeff Bry, Brad Britton, Gene Powell, Tom Skowski, people who have no clue and are consistently near the bottom of the pool. Maybe that's where I'll be with a lot of you guys this year, but who knows? One thing we do know is that the games will be fun. Enjoy your Thursday and your Friday watching the games. Be back at you probably Friday night with another video.